The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring. From Mushaki, Bahamas, weighing in at 221 pounds, Adam.
Oh, I can't wait to see this one.
Salute wrestling friends, and today on Figure 4 TV, we're going to talk about the most important group, one of the most successful factions that nobody ever talks about, the Rosebuds. Now understand, the Rosebud, they launched the career of Becky Lynch, Braun Strowman, Alexa Bliss, and nobody ever talks about this group. So y'all strap up, sit back, watch the intro, and we're gonna get straight to it. Now look guys, there's been plenty of big fractions in WWE history. Right now, we have the Bloodline, which rules on SmackDown, and we used to have Judgment Day ruling on Raw, but as of last night, SummerSlam 2024, I don't think they're going to be ruling. I don't think there's any more Judgment Day, or not the version of the Judgment Day that we knew of. There have also been other fractions, such as the Hart Foundation, DX, The Shield, and these groups were either comprised of established stars or turned the members into stars. But one group that you never hear anybody talk about in the same breath is Adam Rose's Rosebuds. There's a good reason for that, because the Rosebuds didn't really accomplish anything, but they are still important to them and other wrestling promotions. Adam Rose began his wrestling career in 2005 before joining WWE Florida Championship Wrestling Developmental System in 2010. Named Leo Kruger, he became a two-time FCW champion and seemed well on his way to superstardom in the company. He stayed with the Leo Kruger gimmick through the first few years of NXT, and while he had some great matches, something was missing with Kruger's character. Now been burdened with the dancing party gimmick. He had some okay feuds, and NXT fans loved his goofy babyface gimmick. Even if he had a group that would come with him to the ring, affectionately called the Rosebuds. Now the Rosebuds didn't do much but dress silly in bright colors and dance with Rose at the ringside, so they can't be genuinely compared to the other groups who were in storylines and had matches. But no group can match the sheer amount of talent that the Rosebuds had. It's where WWE puts its no-name ups and comers. That's where they put the people that was no name. They put them all in that group, guys. So I'm going to give you guys 10 names who was a part of the Rosebuds, and you tell me how successful did they become outside of the group. All right, guys? So we can get the obvious out of the way, guys. Becky Lynch, the greatest female wrestler of the modern era. You know what I mean? And boy, she had to work for everything she had. She not like Charlotte. She ain't athletic like Bayley. And she didn't have all that swagger and charisma like Sasha Banks. But she was able to work with what they gave her and made her way to the top. Put herself in the right positions, and you know, luck finds the hardest working people. That's how luck works. So take nothing away from Becky Two Belts. But she come from this group, and we never talk about the Rosebuds. Now, Braun, he might not have done nothing major significantly recently because he's been injured, but he did hold the Universal Championship. So he have been to the top of the mountain. And again, this is just another member that comes from this group that we never ever talk about, guys. And Braun still got some time too. He got some time. As long as he don't get injured and he stay injured free, he can make something out of this career right here. His career is iffy. His career is iffy. It could go good or it could go bad from here. My girl, Alexa Bliss, guys. Did y'all forget that Alexa Bliss come from the Rosebuds? Yes, she did. When she came up from NXT along with Becky Lynch, they didn't have nothing for her. So she chilled in the Rosebud squad for a little while. Yes, and guys, a little bit off topic, right? But remember where you heard it first. I thought that we was going to see Alexa Bliss last night at the 2024 SummerSlam. But now I'm thinking that's something to look forward to for the rest of the end of the year. She might even come back at WrestleMania to block the cash in, because we know Tiffy Tom fitting the cash in on her homegirl Nia Jax. Nia Jax got a best friend, and her best friend name is Alexa Bliss. And being that she didn't come back last night at her hometown in Cleveland, what better place for her to come back and save her partner in crime, Nia Jax, than at WrestleMania? But remember where you heard it first, guys. I haven't heard nobody book it like that yet. Alright? But again, we only on number 3, and already this fraction was pretty dope. This sort of weird fraction was this group of individuals is dope. Number 4 is my girl Selena Vega, guys. You see her circled? I highlighted her in this one. Selena at this point was doing double duty because she also was valeting for Andrade. She was Andrade valet over on NXT. And soon as Andrade got called up, that's when I guess she found herself in the Rosebuds. Now guys, if you look all the way to your left there, I didn't get a chance to circle her, but that is the lovely Scarlett Bordeaux. Y'all know her as Karrion Kross's wife and valet. But yes, before she got paired up with Karrion Kross, she was a Rosebud. So do you see the star-studded power of this group, guys? And she found a way to make an impact, becoming a valet. I like her because not everybody needs to wrestle. We need more valets to sell the characters, to sell the main character, and to sell the story, guys. So I like her. Scarlett, great woman, great valet. Next is Ruby Riott. Now, she didn't spend much time in it, but she spent some time in it. Y'all know her now. Now she's in AEW, and I'm not too sure. I think she's injured or on a leave of absence due to being pregnant. But y'all know Ruby Riott, good wrestler. She put on some good performances in NXT. I like her character in NXT way better. The main roster kind of botched her a little bit. Yes, they kind of botched her. But Ruby Riott, she was a Rosebud. Who wanna walk with Elias? Can't forget Elias. Elias was pretty dope. Come on now, y'all gotta admit, Elias was pretty dope. Vince botched Elias. Absolutely botched Elias. He waited too long for him to wrestle, or they should have left him in NXT a little bit longer. But guys, is it me, or did you think that Elias was LA Knight was Elias with a haircut? I'm still thinking LA Knight is Elias with a haircut. But do you see the star-studded power so far? That's Becky Lynch, Braun Strowman, Alexa Bliss, Selena Vega, Scarlett Bordeaux, Ruby Riott, and now Elias, all in one group, guys. Think about it. And at this point, Selena Vega had just finished her run with Enzo and Cass, and they were broken up, so she ain't have nothing to do other than just be a Rosebud until they repackaged her and branded her as the Staten Island Princess. And then she started to get a little wrestling on, because she was just a valet, guys. She was just a valet for Enzo and Cass. And then they started to work her in the wrestling the same way they did Selena Vega. Next up, we got our girl Nikki Cross, who went through mad repackaging. Now she's in the Wyatt 6. You know what I mean? And Nikki, she been through a lot, bro. She was Insanity, and then she was the superhero girl. So hopefully this YS6 character, which fits her, she plays the dark character very well, because Nikki Cross was her best character. But again, guys, she was still a Rosebud. And last but certainly not least, the one on your right, guys, is Tessa Blanchard. That is Telly Blanchard's daughter. She done sabotaged her career being ignorant and passionately prideful. You know what I mean, guys? All she needs to do is apologize, and she'd be talked about right now. She'd be one of the hottest free agents. She'd be one of the hottest females in pro wrestling. Hopefully, she'd be in the E and not in AEW, wasting her talent or getting injured. But that's Tessa Blanchard, guys. So you see, this was one hell of a fraction. This was one hell of a group. You know what I mean? It was in the beginning, so hindsight 2020, we did not know what they would pan out and turn out to be. But when you look at it, they turned out to be really good. This is the generation. This is the modern generation. This is the new generation that we know of pro wrestlers. We got some of AEW talents here. You know what I mean? No, Tessa is not wrestling right now, and Elias is not wrestling. But we can't wait to get Carmella back. We can't wait. No other group has as successful individuals, more successful individuals than this group. No other group, guys. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the live. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all like, share, and subscribe if you're new over here. If you really like wrestling content, you should subscribe and hit that bell so that you get the notifications when we post, guys. All right? Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see y'all later, guys.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.